Hello and welcome back to more Zero Escape Virtues Last War, where last time we had one of the most exciting episodes yet, where we learned so many new things about the game, and I highly encourage you to go check it out. It was awesome, and we solved some of the best puzzles so far. And today we are going to be getting the Alice ending. There's a long route ahead of us in terms of we got to go through the AB game. We got to get to, there's 2 story logs guarding her ending, so some very exciting things are waiting for us at the end of Alice's ending. But if all goes according to plan, we're going to play the AB game, get through the story locks, and complete or achieve Alice's ending. That's the at least that's the plan. So let's get started. Oh, also, I'm gonna be skipping ahead till we actually get to the AB game because I'm guessing this is gonna be mostly the same as to what we've seen before.
We ought to be asking you this. How do you get?
Sigma.
So? Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong.
You want to start?
Calm down. You don't cool off a bit,
Huh? Why?
Aren't you paying it? They have a cool. Yeah?
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
And I stand by my assumption that 2 of them are definitely Clover and Alice, because that's the only way it makes sense with Tamioji to be Junpei. But the only thing there that is messing with my head is that Phi claims to have been abducted at the same time frame as Sigma, but that can't be because there's only 3 pods to freeze, so they can't have both been, I don't know.
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were? We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long were they here?
No idea.
A couple decades, probably.
Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you.
Why not? Okay, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice.
Very funny.
Am I wrong?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
So in that case, my theory still actually works perfectly fine, because then it means that Clover, Phi, and Sigma are the ones that were in the pods, and then everything else makes perfect logical sense. Well, everything else should follow suit by this game's rules.
Where on earth did you hear that?
There's this game called 999.
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you?
I didn't have to fall for anything, because I played as him in the first game, and we were there for all the bullshit involving Ice 9 and Alice.
Clover was messing with you.
See, that's where you're wrong.
That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie.
Okay, her mouth
A
looks
joke?
really weird right now.
Joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. At some point in the past, someone found a frozen mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that they remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really. How could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
Why would people make that mistake about you in particular?
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen? I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them, so I told them something. If you're so convinced, but maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on, I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
Alice is speaking in the mindset of everybody who was playing the first games. Like, yeah, this is batshit crazy. This is absolutely bananas what you're telling me right now.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip.
It must be
for now.
so hard for Temyoji to bite his tongue, because he knows everything. He's like, I was there, you freaking pieces of shit. I remember all the bullshit involving Ice 9 from the first game, but he can't say it yet.
The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. And now we get to go skip this annoying map animation. And here we are. This is...
It looks like another...
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look.
3 more doors.
They're all glowing white. You think...
These might be the next set of chromatic doors.
I'd bet on it. Look, they've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors. So
They haven't all been the same color before.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
Right. Let's head back to floor A. Okay, so what we've learned today is that because I just been assuming that Alice would also go. I mean, because I knew what Ice 9 was. Obviously, I played the first game. I just didn't think. I didn't quite know that was how that would work. That all she just needs to do is lower her body temperature to that degree, and then that she would enter cryogenic freezing sleep or whatever, cryo sleep. So then that lines up perfectly because the only 3 people we need to be frozen for this timeline that we think is correct to work is Alice. Sorry, not Alice. Sigma, Phi, and Clover, and her not needing to sleep in that pod fits that. It makes that theory completely plausible. Also, do you really need to show us the entire map animation? Jesus Christ. Hello, Kay.
Thank goodness. You finally returned. I was beginning to get anxious.
Did something happen?
Yes, it's Quark, you see.
What? What happened?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Temyoji shoved Kay aside and left through the yellow door. The rest of this exchange, she started looks and ran off after him. Like, obviously the thing I'm most interested in is the Temyoji,
Quark.
or I guess the Junpei Akane storyline, because that was the 2 things that were left hanging at the end of the first game were their storyline and what the hell's going on with Alice. So those are the 2 things that I have. I mean, I'm interested to find out what the hell's going on with Alice, but at this exact moment, I'm more concerned about what's going on with Junpei and Akane. And Akane hasn't been found to be dead yet, so there's still a chance that there's room for that relationship to have a conclusion, I hope.
Come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Temyoji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him.
I can take a guess.
What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. You really think if we could have called for it? Do you have a single functioning brain cell?
Son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Oh, Luna! Alright, well, we got Luna.
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yeah.
You have to take a look at him then, please. Quark needs your help.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
So that thing can tell us what's wrong with Quark?
I believe it.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
It's been a while since we've gone down the Quark is sick ending, or the Quark is sick route. The whole process took only a few minutes. Alright, so I'm guessing it's gonna be Radical 6 again.
Oh no.
Don't tell me.
He's been infected.
Yep, okay. Doing this again? Have you heard of this virus? It's Radical 6, I mean.
Yeah, I told Alice and Tenmyoji about it.
Fi and I heard about it from Luna.
Dio and Luna were the two of the first people to investigate the infirmary. They must have seen the newspaper clipping the Quark found. I'd say I had stayed behind after the AB game and they all split up and gone in different rooms. It seemed like, one way or another, everyone heard about Radical 6.
No, he can't. How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Something about the tone of his voice seemed strange. Why wasn't it possible? It's amazing you know about Radical 6 before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
Well, we looked around, but we didn't see anything.
I don't trust a damn thing you say. I'm asking Luna.
I'm sorry, but Io's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
Nope, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine. But nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh God, he's going to... Oh God, no.
Look, just to be sure, the three of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't there?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Treatment pods. That's it. If we put Quark in one of those pods... For a moment, there was silence.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God, you're awake!
Get away from me!
What?
I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But...
Like this!
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight toward his heart. Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Ah, pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys, I can use a hand here.
Right. On it.
Me too.
Stop
I
it!
feel like you'd only really need one of you to restrain him, especially if that one of you is Kay,
Let go of me, you jerks!
who's wearing a giant metal suit of armor. Tenmyoji, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. Tenmyoji, can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
Damn you, bastard! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please, you have to let me go!
I think we've heard that line before, but now that I've seen the Dio ending, I'm starting to process that in a different way. So, they can't lock away the soul once my body's gone, my soul can escape. That sounds like something a religious cult would say, like, we must free the soul, ye shall be our leader, or something like that. So, is it, and wasn't Alice saying something in an earlier timeline about how by the way, I'm gonna skip ahead so we can get past the screen shaking, because I can't deal with the freaking, okay, are we done? Are we done with the screen shaking? No, we are not. Oh, we're still not done, okay. Yeah, he's writhing around.
Yes?
Are there any tranquilizers?
Yeah, just tranquilize him, Silverroll, whatever, just stop the screen shaking, we've seen all this already.
Okay.
Stop the screen shaking, please. Come on. Are we done? Is that okay? We're done. Okay, so Alice was saying something in one of the previous timelines about how the virus might be man-made, like it was a bioterror weapon kind of thing. So, is it going to be that the religious cult group are the ones behind the virus, and like they were trying to like free everyone's souls or whatever bullshit? Is that the thing? Is that going to be the thing? Because my brain is just struggling so hard to try to tie every single loose plot thread throughout this entire game together.
Respiration, blood pressure, brainwaves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, I guess we're good for now.
Yes.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
oh, not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article.
That's the truth. Is that the
But
truth?
I lie about that. I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you?
Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6?
What are you doing?
I turned and followed Temioji's gaze. Oh no. There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. Apparently she'd been the one to take it away from Quark. The longer I looked at her, however, the more I wondered if she'd taken it to protect him or for some other more sinister reason. She didn't seem stable. In fact, she looked far more like Quark had a moment ago than I was entirely comfortable with. Her eyes were flat and hollow. This is new. Her face is an emotionless mask. She was not well. Alice? Hey, you feeling okay?
We're all going to die. Huh? We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone!
There won't be anyone left!
I'd rather die here.
Alice? Alice? We were all too stunned to even try to restrain her. We just stood there, she spoke. What? You let her run away with the scalpel? What are you doing? Why would you? What? You just let her run away? What? Why didn't you tackle her the second you saw her standing there dead-eyed with a scalpel? And again, my question remains. Why did she not just do it right then and there? Like, if she's going to do it, how does it benefit her to run to a different...
We lost her.
Yeah, because you're all idiots and
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
She's getting farther the longer you stand around chatting.
If you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood?
Gotcha.
Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
At Fi's command, we scattered, filtering off into the different doors. As I ran, I thought where should I look for Alice? Perhaps the lounge would be a good bet. Well, I would go to the crew quarters since that's where that's where we found her dead body and all the other endings. So there's that. Lounge. Okay. I still don't know why if she was gonna plunge the knife into her chest, why didn't she just do it right then and there? Like, it doesn't benefit her to, I don't know. There's just still a lot of things about this game that just you really gotta stretch to make sense of. No one here, huh? Damn. Where'd she go? Complaining wasn't gonna help anything. I need to go look somewhere else. And we're gonna bypass this. We're just gonna check every room. Well, we know she's not in the treatment center. We know where she is. She's in the freaking. She's not gonna be here. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. She is here. I lied. Okay. There you are. I'm glad you showed up, huh? I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When we showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary. There, she's alive. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds. She's just unconscious. Looks like it. What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here.
Okay, I'll take the L on this one. I was sure we were going to find her in the crew's quarters since that's where we found her last time.
We need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right, okay, now I'm even more confused. So she just ran away, dropped the scalpel, and passed out. As lighter than I expected to find, I managed to set her off to the infirmary to brisk trot. This game, this game is insane.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
Shouldn't you scan everybody here just to be safe? On the way back, Fi and I had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no.
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir.
Wait, what about those pods and treatment center? Can we just stick them in those?
Right, I thought of that too. So I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately,
They can't cure it.
correct. They can suppress the sim. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
So, let me guess. We're about to hit a story lock, and the story lock's gonna be, hey, we went to the laboratory, and
Pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
and we found the, we found the Excelavir. So what if we went back there again, to get the Excelavir to help cure them? Is that gonna be what this is?
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Temioji moved over to the Quark and lifted his small unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Temioji moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. I bent down slowly and picked it up. What?
What?
Or the... I am not good at predicting things today. I must admit, I'm off my game. I'm feeling a little off my game today.
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Excelavir.
Excelavir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
It just fell right into our lap, huh? Alright then.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier
We
when?
explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
He hid it?
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun, and the way it functions. It uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
Oh, we all stood stunned, Five moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes and stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
Do you think there might be some more back in the laboratory?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Quark, he's the kid.
Alice or Quark?
Well, the hell is this? There's no way we're only gonna save one. What do you propose we do, Sigma? We can't make another bottle of Excelavir apparate into thin
What
air.
are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? What is going to save them? And yeah, okay, that's a great sentiment. I'd love to do that, obviously, but we're talking practically here. We don't have another bottle of Excelavir, and we don't know where another one would be either.
How?
That's I need to calm down. Think. There had to be some way to save both of them. It was there. I knew it. Oh, it's the IG replicator is in the laboratory, and the IG equals immunoglobulin, so we can use that with the bottle of Excelavir to make more. Very, very smart game. Classic Chekhov's gun. Classic Chekhov's gun. Something so insignificant that you completely forget about until you really need it. Very clever game.
By the gallon?
Major points for that. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Excelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Excelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
In a different timeline?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dia was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them all here all alone. Lou, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. course. I'd be happy to.
Alright, then let's go. How long is this transition? Like, I'm just so confused. Why would you ever make force you to sit through the entire map animation every single time? That doesn't make any sense.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here, see?
So this can...
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Exalavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably that was where the duplicated Exalavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. But then you dropped them like an idiot and it broke.
What happened?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one
What
though.
in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it had broken, we could have just made another copy. 4-time energy reply 5 spoke.
Guys?
Which, by the way, if you're gonna do this, shouldn't you have Luna scan every single person in here so you can be absolutely sure that no one else has the virus? And if they do, then you can make the appropriate amount of Exalavir to account for that? No? Does that make too much sense? Sorry. I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand, but she didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us, which, by the way, if that's a glass container, it probably should have broken. Ow! Well, would you look at that? We found bomb number 2. Unfortunately, we don't have the codes for either of the bombs we've found so far. So that's unfortunate.
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect, is that right?
Yeah.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that she spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb?
Well, yes, we're taking us back to the infirmary
There's
and
nothing like it here when we examine.
seeing what's on it. Do you think they dropped her accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Can I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards. Okay, just go to the
So what do
infirmary.
we do?
Just go to the infirmary. Just go back to the infirmary.
10 minutes remain. Or if no...
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Okay, fine. Go back to the infirmary after we play the AB game.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, Bomb.
Unfortunately, we don't have the code. We only have the codes for bombs 0 and 1. So there's nothing we can do about this.
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True.
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now, we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Exalivir, and head back to the Floor A warehouse. Alright, we got...
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
You guys really should have scanned everybody to make absolutely sure that no one else was... Because once we use these 2 bottles, we can't make any more. So even if you didn't want to scan them now, you should have at least made a 3rd copy so that you could make... So that in case you need to, you could replicate it in the future. But... You know.
Are you really going to be alright?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Exalivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes.
Now it's time to go betray each other.
We can be relieved later. Right now, we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn, don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Floor A warehouse is waiting. And now we get this wonderful little animation. Yeah, so we go from curing people of deadly viruses to playing a game of betrayal. Fun. Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
See, the Dio of previous timelines would just not have cared, but this Dio seems significantly less asshole-ish than previous Dios, which is strange.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one, then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally, and then betray that person,
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
I think I can say with confidence that Clover won't betray Kay because Clover needs to stay here to look after Alice. She's not going to leave without her, I don't think.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
But, you know, I've been catastrophically wrong before, so we'll see. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
sounds good.
With that, we settled. We head into the AB room number 1. Alright, so, we need to betray to get the Alice ending, which sucks, but, you know, we gotta do it. Gotta get that ending, so let's begin. And we'll get another spiel from Luna, or maybe, I don't know.
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway. I know. It's not really fair to betray someone who isn't voting. Yeah, but we gotta get the ending. We gotta get the ending.
10 seconds remain. 9, 8,
I'm just gonna skip this until the thing. There we go. Okay. We gotta betray. I don't want to do it, but we gotta get the Alice ending. And I don't really feel like sitting through a bad ending, especially since we're This episode's been going on for quite a while, and I do want to actually get the Alice ending, so I don't want to... We'll save the bad ending for the end, or maybe I may not even do it, because every bad ending so far has pretty much just been somebody escapes or everybody dies, so I'm just not gonna bother. Luna and I slipped out of the AV room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting.
I'll tell you what happened. We gotta get the Alice ending. We can't get it if we ally.
I thought...
Yeah, you thought wrong. There's something I think to say, even I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. It almost felt unconscious, like some of the part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I had been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Right, well, we should go see the results.
It's just simple math.
The look in her eyes was more painful, than any punch I'd ever taken, implying that you've taken punches before. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector, anything to get away from those eyes.
Results, please.
Alright, here we go. Let's see how this works out, or how this shakes out. Was I correct? Well, alright. I could not have possibly been more wrong. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? Wait. What? My brain just snapped in half. Wait. Okay, so first things first. I was catastrophically incorrect. Both Clover and Kay chose to betray. Temioji and Dio chose to betray Fi, and Fi chose to betray them. That makes sense. Dio's kind of a piece of shit. We knew this. And Fi wouldn't have put her own safety at risk. That makes sense. We voted betray because we gotta get the ending. But Alice? How? She's how did... What?
Points have been assigned. Please
how did she...
check your bracelet.
What? I'm so confused. What? What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. What? How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. That's fucking terrifying. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No, that's fucking terrifying. It doesn't help. I've been recording this all day. It does not help that the lights are not on in my room right now. Alice. Oh, no. You need to shut off this creepy music. She was standing inside the second room from the left, the room that should have been empty. That's not nice. No. My mom's still reeling. Where'd she come from? I don't know. I don't think I want to know. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprising confusion. Alice Drude was stopped in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it, coward?
Me, a coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we got into the AB room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it?
That's a post-hoc rationalization.
You two chose betray.
You had no way of knowing we were gonna do
if
that.
I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray.
No, you did not. Tell the truth.
That is the truth.
No, it's
Why
not.
am I the only one getting the 3rd degree?
You said the same thing earlier.
Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Yeah, but you're the only one who woke up out of deep anesthetic sleep to come try to do that. Fi and Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
Yeah, well, Dio's just a second ship by default. I had more faith in you, Alice.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. How did you not realize that? Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Ow. Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You probably already figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio.
Well, in that case...
A2 Fi.
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. Chills actually shot down my goddamn spine when I saw the betray pop underneath Alice's name. And then to see her standing underneath the horror movie light in the dark room. Ugh.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't gonna leave too?
No.
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know, but I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something.
What?
Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex round star key. There is the
Yeah. Many times we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Pair and solo assignments hop around a bit, too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
Wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what do we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we beat the AB game if no one trusts anyone else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal.
You all do have a common goal, to escape!
Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, escape! We already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. It seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everyone chose betray, including me. Yeah, well, I chose betray because I want to get the ending, but
Well, what if we have an enemy?
Zero! An enemy?
Yes, a common foe.
Zero!
Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
Zero. After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Exalivir. Yeah, that might work. We can figure out which of us planted those bombs and everyone else would work together against them. But how do we figure out whose it is?
Do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? That's right, the memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any of the memory card reader.
I guess we can't really use it then.
There's one in the infirmary.
Oh, wait a sec. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Finally, someone woke up and realized that there was a thing in the infirmary we could use. Luna and I exploded. By the way, there's still apparently another story log we have to get through before we get the Alice ending, so... Korg was there as well, of course, but it was just this... By the way, how did she get past Tenmyoji? And how did Tenmyoji not follow her to the...
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to record and thought better of it. If I really wanted the people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb on the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the ladder.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly where it says to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
Doesn't look random to me. Think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
So let me guess. This is when we use that thing we got? Okay, so... I was actually, believe it or not, I was actually in a science competition in high school, where you had a bunch of different like events you could do from a wide array of scientific categories. You know, I'd be all different, listen to them all, but one of the ones I was really good at was decoding messages, like cryptography kind of stuff. So this is kind of my area of expertise. Okay, now that makes me sound pretentious as hell. I was fairly competent at decoding messages, so I'm guessing that's what this code is used for. So how many lines do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 groups of numbers, and 5 numbers to a group. And there's way more than that in this jumble. So what if we tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? M. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I thought it was just 1 short. Okay, so what if we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then from there we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. MX 1, MXD. Okay, that's not working. That doesn't work at all. Maybe it's diagonal. No, that doesn't really. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't. I guess we could try. That doesn't work either. Okay. It's gotta be like this is. It's such a very specific series of numbers. Because it's 5 to a group, and there's 5 groups. Maybe I can try going backwards. 1, 2, 3. Because what one of the cipher types that we did was basically a thing where you have a string of numbers, and then from that in case you don't know what I'm doing here, I'm starting from here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be the 7th number, and then from there we take the next number in the sequence, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from there, and then we keep going on. But that doesn't really work here because the letters don't form a coherent line unless I'm trying to. And they're all the same groups too. Yeah, I don't. Okay, maybe I don't have all the information for this yet. It doesn't look random. I think this might be patterns. I don't know what it is.
Is there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clove?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Wait.
What are the Myrmidons?
So I was correct then. I was absolutely correct then. The religious cult that Dio's a part of is the terrorist organization that's that's gonna release the virus all over the world. Which means he wasn't here to defuse the bombs. He was here to set the bombs. So, okay.
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
There's that connection that I predicted.
You think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
Which means that I was also correct in that we need to use this to decipher it, but I can't. Unless it's a substitution cipher? I mean, maybe it literally is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, MTC. That doesn't work either. Maybe it's... does any of them work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Maybe if I try the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, MN... No, that doesn't work either. Maybe if I try one of the lines, like this line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I'm sorry if this is dragging the pacing down, but it's like... I feel like I should be able to crack this, because I did so many of these types of things in high school. For the science competition. I don't know why I'm stumped. I mean, to be clear, it's been years since... It's been a couple of years since high school, but still, it's like... I didn't think I forgot everything I learned.
It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
I have got a ton of questions for you, but let me start with this one. What the heck does this... What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
So what if I told you I had a key and I have no clue how to use it?
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code? You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. So what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm...
Really? And where's your proof?
Where's your proof that I am?
For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape, but we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran into the room. Great. Now we duck. Hey, wait, Alice. I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you
Then
know.
Why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear from you.
Why?
That's a good question. But remember the crew quarters or this garden? We got paired out for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than... Maybe that's it. I was curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. And we definitely needed to see the animation of us actually doing it. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game, and then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it.
What?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What? That's a leap. I don't even hate you.
You're lying. I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
Keep your mouth shut. I'll tell you what you want to know about myself and about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed. What crying? I don't remember any crying.
All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. Okay, here comes our exposition dump. My father is Egyptian, my mother is French. They met when my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was there, we all moved to the US. Or when I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. Okay, and there, my good friends, is our connection to the K ending. He was recruited by an American lab, which is why we moved. Both my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so we didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he had never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell that my mother wasn't happy with my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned what the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't really mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction, so their plan was to kill all the current... Literally Thanos, again! Freaking kill everybody, and then bedrock over the world and create a new world, and they won't know what you lost, because you won't be there to tell them. Which, by the way, don't take that as me trying to say that this game copied Marvel, because that's an idiotic thing to believe, because, for one, this game came out years before before Endgame, so obviously it's a dumb thing to say. There's a parallel to notice, so I wanted to point it out. Now, last thing to reason my father's abduction, the commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with the cult known as Free the Soul. Yep, what'd I tell you? What did I tell you? We believe the Free the Soul provides their funding, but trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jill to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out, so I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got was just about the last answer I expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I had been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. Well, I think I can say with a lot of confidence that is definitely not the case. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companies to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police was only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated the particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of the several children 9 years ago prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, is effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul and was very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before. Yeah, we know the drill. We know the drill. I was shocked to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with the threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she had been a test subject in Agent's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hope that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in the basement room I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned that he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters of the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There, in the morgue, was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arms were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. I pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for. The headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. Holy hell! Jesus Christ, this game. Well, now we know the backstory about Alice. And, I mean, I still call bullshit on the whole Ice 9 thing because it's whatever. But the story of her mother and her father and everything about that, just Jesus Christ. This game, man. This game is something else. There's so much to it.
Yes.
Also, my throat is gonna die soon because I've been recording this game all day, and that long monologue didn't help things.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
No, not yet. Your story explained a lot, but still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? And one of us planted the bombs, and based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that the person is a Myrmidon.
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
Well, I happen to have the key for you. I just don't know how to use it.
We need a key.
We have the key.
It's pointless.
We have the key. Good. By the way, damn good thing I wrote it down, because I'm thinking it's like, that's a very odd series of numbers. So it might, and it's clearly not one of the codes, because it's way longer than it, but it's also such an explicit series of codes, it's gotta be for something. So it's a damn good thing I wrote this down, or else we'd be stuck right now. What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... There we go. There we go, friend. Now you're getting it. Now we're getting it. 71 through 610983. Let's just make sure I wrote that down correctly. 7153 61098 8380809 42419 90551. Yep, wrote it down exactly as it was.
What the hell?
He was convicted of a string of numbers. I was almost surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Wait, can you say that again?
71536109883809
That's 198,149,351
What?
to the third power.
How could you possibly? What? Look, I get you're a math whiz and all that, but come on! In like a second? Okay, well in that case, let me go back to the code thing, because that I can use. That I guarantee you that works. I guarantee you this one works. I guarantee you I try that method I was using before with this code, and I guarantee you I crack it.
That
First
number
try.
you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 100.
I'm just stuck on how the hell you put that together so quickly.
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right? Yes. I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
What?
I told you, I'm better at math than most people.
That doesn't mean you can do that bullshit in a second in your head. That's not better at math.
You just recited a huge string of
That's
numbers.
called having a good memory.
That seems pretty astounding.
No, that's called having a good memory. That's kind of intrinsic.
Where did you find that number anyway?
I don't know what to say. What would I tell her? That just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys.
Sure. Of course.
And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number.
How would you...
I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
How the...
Well, look at the prime 198 million.
Yeah,
you
great.
Still don't try to remember the code. What did it say?
I get it, I think so. Okay, wait. Okay, let's try to crack it right now. Okay. Well, it was, okay, the thing. It was 198449351. Okay, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, that's a good start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's COM, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, COMP, competition. 1, 2, 3, 4, complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's complete. It's gotta be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, completed. That's it. Garrett, I freaking called it. I knew it. I knew that was gonna be what we had to do. So I didn't forget the method for decrypting codes. You just gave me a bullshit code. How the was I supposed to know that you had the freaking... Okay, game. Sure thing, game. You know what? I say that with the information I had available to me, I did the best job I could to try to crack this thing. Okay.
And the second.
Yeah, just give me back to the thing. Just give me back to the thing.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,400,000.
Yes, I know. I figured it out already. You don't have to...
The first number
You don't have to...
So the next number is 9.
Wow,
so
you really don't want me to figure out anything for myself.
Just keep going until you get some. Make sense?
Yeah, I don't need you to hold my hand. I know what I have to do. Okay. The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answers. We'll be wise to solve it now. The key is 1984491 or 9351. Okay. COMPLETED. Please let this be right. Yes. Okay. Whew. So, all those years of decrypting codes wasn't a total waste after all. I did it. Completed. That's it. That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yes. I did exactly what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. Actually, it's completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean then.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of, memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It's like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath.
Oh, Holy Father, Holy Brother, Holy Master, my Savior.
Damn it. Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this. At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Murder. Great, thanks for catching up, friend. Not just any member, he was their leader. He shall be our leader. That meant he had to be the one who planted the bombs. Thanks for catching up, friend.
Listening to me?
Thanks for catching up to the. Thanks for joining the party. Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I just have to try to explain it to her. More than likely, she just think I was insane, even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait.
No, if I was real thing, I'd reveal myself like this. Oh, I don't know where Clover appeared.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, there you are, Perry. Really?
We're all down in the floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Clark.
Why?
He's still got 45 minutes till the white door's open.
Know that.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Cork didn't know about the white doors.
Miochi told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were. So we all followed him down to the floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there.
So?
Well, all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last team game had been the cause of their fight, even though Temmie only had one BP fight chosen Betray. They started a fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of this team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Phi only had one BP too. Troy seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on, Alice, let's go. This freaking game. There's so much. I mean, at least things are starting to click together, because, you know, we have Dio's ending, which connects with Alice's because, he's part of the religious cult, and then the religious cult's terrorist organization that's gonna take over the world or whatever. And then Kay's ending connects to that because, he was part of the cloning facility. Or the cloning team that made all that happen. So things are starting to slowly click together, but we're clearly building toward a bigger reveal here that ties everything. Akane, Junpei, Phi, Sigma, whatever the hell that mysterious code that Kay gave us was, all four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. It felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, using so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his handball into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover, tell me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other to get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than nearly killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Ah! God damn it! Enough already! I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What?
Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sorta, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes. You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah? Where the hell did you get that fact?
From a different timeline. Fun as it was, I knew taunting Glow wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was gonna have to think. I was gonna have to trick him. Well, I see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio, or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here, to keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on the moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine, skepticism is understandable, admirable even, but perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So? Still not convinced? How about this? 7815361093894241999051. Do a little prime factor decomposition, and then you'll get 198449351 to the third power. If I'm not who I say, how on earth could I possibly know that?
No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He's suspecting betrayal.
No, you're lying!
I assure you I'm not, but if you don't believe me, then why don't you go outside and calm yourself with your transmitter?
No, no! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
Said...
Heh. I grinned.
Wait. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I'd never even seen, brother.
The hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Dunno. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Temio quickly explained to Fi and Kay about the memory card and the number 2 bomb and about the code we found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. And that, my friend, is the longest run of sentence I've ever read. Oh, dear God.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
Not someone, Dio.
Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going
To kill you!
Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
Let me guess, that's the detonator remote?
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that...
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
It's probably 2 more.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
And a number 0 bomb.
Correct. And there's...
No.
Exactly. I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0. Add all that up, and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off, and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh?
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him! Right!
Sigma, catch!
Why would you throw it to Sigma? He'll just drop it again. Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the... Hey, remember earlier when he dropped the Exalivir bottle? Which is something that he picked up slowly from the thing, not something that was thrown at him? Yeah, you think he's gonna not drop this one? Idiots. I scrambled the grabbed at the end and held it in my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to... He pressed it before he freaking...
Ha! Serves you right.
He pressed it right before... God damn it.
What are you laughing at?
You! Her! All of you! God, you're stupid.
What?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me...
What?
It sets itself off.
What?
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
So, okay, we only have 2 codes. Was I supposed to have found the other 2 by now? Did I make a mistake with which order the story locks go in?
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey, Alice, how do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input...
Well, that's none of your damn business.
Yikes!
Ah! Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Of course, that's the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's in my coat. The right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out. Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. I'll say this much, it's really nice to actually see Clover and Alice kicking some ass as super secret spies, instead of just hearing about it for the whole game.
It's no use. There's nothing here.
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear. Keep looking.
Oh, wait, there is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill, like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Suddenly, he moved his right hand, sticking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth. Oh, it's a cyanide pill. It's a cyanide capsule.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What? Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled up into his head and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine, don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. You only get one. This is the deactivation code for bomb 3.
Alright, I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm ready.
LXQ LHC NMR.
It's not an L, it's a no. Don't do that. Do not delete the whole thing. Don't do that. Do not delete the whole thing. Okay. LXQ, I'll clean this up a little bit. LHC and MR. Okay. We got it. What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. You didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out. Okay, so to recap, we're only missing 1.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile. Damn.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Well, then that's just danely convenient.
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Oh, so 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close, so...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking.
So then, are there actually no humans left? And like the pandemic did kill everybody, and the people in this room... Okay, so that things are starting to click together now, so... Oh my god. I just had a flash of something, and I swear to god, okay. So since we now know that the people who started the pandemic in this game, I gotta clarify, and the people who are actually running the game are not the same person, not the same group of people. So, I can't believe I'm gonna f***ing say this, but... Here's my new theory. Akane was dead, right? I think we can say with Dio already admitted to killing her. And I'm thinking that the reason why that happened now is because Akane is 0 again. I know that sounds fucking insane, but hear me out. So, it's the same clothing that the clothes that Zero was wearing is the same costume that the Zero from the first game was wearing. So here's my preposition. Akane was investigating the Myrmidons, trying to gain instant information on what they were gonna do. She failed, or she didn't fail, and she knew that was gonna happen, and she knew she couldn't do anything to stop it. So she picked a group of people that she could one day use to like preserve the human race. So she locked them away in this warehouse, kept them here, froze some people that she could kidnap early, and then kidnapped some people later. And then this is actually the last group of remaining people that are alive. And then the Myrmidons caught wind of that, sent Dio in to be like, hey, they are still alive. Go fix that problem. So he set bombs up in the building to blow them all up. Akane realized that was going to happen, so she went in to go try to stop him, but Dio killed her to make sure he could complete his mission and blow everybody up, officially destroying the entirety of the human race, and so they could replace everybody with their clones. Oh my god. Okay. This game. So that's almost every mystery complete. That's the main stuff. Now all that's left is what's Luna doing here, and how are Phi and freaking Sigma able to communicate through the morphogenetic field. Those are the only mysteries we have left to unravel. We're starting to get there. I think that's the major twist here, is that Akane is gonna be 0 again. Which, wow, I don't even, this game.
We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
We also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio must notice something?
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to. She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves and sat back on her heels frustrated.
Damn, he's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right, I'm on it.
Good. We can do this. Let's go.
We all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing, and as we searched, the clock kept ticking. I swear to God, if that's the actual twist, this freaking game. Then at last, the chromatic doors opened.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Well, our time had run out, so we watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering wave of heat like the surface of the sun itself wiped out any lingering thoughts. My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. And that's the Alice ending then? Holy hell! Voice crack also! Oh my god, that ending was phenomenal! Like, technically it was anticlimactic because it just dead stops once the bombs go off, but oh my god. I guarantee you that that's gonna be the major twist, is that Akane is 0 again. Oh. So good. I don't even have the words. This game freaking... And again, it's not confirmed. It could all be bullshit, but I'm telling you that makes the most sense, because that would explain why Akane's here and why Dio wanted to kill her, and just everything about this game would make so much more sense if that was the case. Which I know, right? Contrary to the first game, where her being 0 actually made the whole thing make even less sense, but wow. I don't have the words to properly express, like, just everything running through my head. There's so many different pieces of information, possible story beats that could go on from here. And we're coming up on the end. We only have a few more minutes, we only have a few more endings left. We have the Sigma ending, the Quark ending, the Luna ending, and then we get the true ending with Phi. So we're coming up on the end of the game. Wow, I'm just... This is something else, let me tell you. I still don't like how the music takes this abrupt, fast-paced turn halfway through the credits. But I just... It's all starting to... At first, the only other thing aside from Sigma and Phi being able to communicate or being able to see through time, aside from that, and K being a future version of Sigma or whatever, and Luna, the only other mystery we haven't solved yet is what's going on with the Mars mission. Like, unless maybe the other part of that was that they were trying to get to Mars to try to escape the pandemic. That might be it. So, I don't know. There's a lot. Well, we still haven't cracked everything. Like, there's still more mysteries to solve. But I think we made a lot of progress today in getting a better idea of what exactly is going on in this game. So, I'm excited to keep playing. This is going to be awesome. Well, so just should be coming to the end of the credits here. Oh, is that the last credit right there? No, it's not. There's still a bit more to go. But I think we're coming up on the end of the credits here pretty soon. In theory. Maybe. Alice, yeah, there you go. End. Alice's ending. Achievement unlocked, best served. Oh, Jesus, that's an achievement name for her ending. Yikers. Okay. Well, there we go. Overwrite the save. Yep. There's the Alice ending. So now all that's left is Sigma, Quark, Luna, and Phi in that order. And then that's going to be the end of the game. Alright, well that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Zero Escape vs. Lost World. I can't wait to see what happens next. Goodbye.